Alright, we're back. We've added the pearlescent powders to it, and that's dried, so we're going to hit our next coat, which is actually a light blue. I don't know if you can pick up the pearlescence on this just yet, because this camera isn't too great, but it's on there. Alright, here's our blue, very light blue. Once again, shake it up. There's my brush. Alright, we've already we've already gone and done the shoulders and the hands too. That's the only flesh tone on the body. Wanted to save y'all some time. Trying to keep these short enough to keep everybody's interest. We'll do the same exact process, just different color. Except for we're not gonna hit the ice crown horn thing, whatever they're called. We're not gonna hit those with the blue. That way we have a little contrast, or like icicle crown horns. So we want that to be obviously a contrast.
Sports fisherman Mike Mayali found the whale and shot some video. About 40 miles. Male and female white sharks love to feed on carcasses like this.
So how big is this whale?
40 feet, we'd say. Scientists believe.
And the great thing about using these pearlescent powders over top of an oil paint is you're essentially using a watercolor paint on top of the oil color, so it just gives it a really cool look, because obviously oil and water do not mix. But the end result turns out really daggone cool, which hopefully y'all will be able to see once we get there. It's a slow process. That's one thing I'd say about the wood carving and the painting of the carving as well, is you gotta have patience. It's a slow, tedious process, but if you can have the patience, it does pay off in the end. There's sometimes these carvings actually take me weeks and months to do, just because I gotta take a break away from them for a minute. Because if you're not in the mood for it, then you're not going to be putting your best effort into it, and you'll end up with something that's just not what you want.
It's a 35-foot thin whale accidentally rammed by a freighter within sight of the Statue of Liberty. The Army Corps of Engineers plans to tow the whale offshore and sink it. So Craig races to examine the carcass before it's gone.
It's about 30 feet long now. It smells horrid, but I mean, this is the perfect opportunity for me, because if a great white shark is going to turn up in New York Harbor, it's going to be right now.
Just flip them around. For some reason, this little piece of wire is not sticking in place, so it's not as firm on it as I would like it to be. So it keeps wiggling around every now and again. Stop it. And this type of layering we're doing here is what's going to give it that end result of the, if you remember that head, or if you watched the video where I showed the head before that I've already finished, that was a test one, to see how this paint job was going to turn out. That's how it turned out, is this layering technique, which I've layered colors before, but never in an attempt to get this frozen ice opalescence kind of look, which is like I said, this is one of the main reasons I actually took on doing this particular character for a carving, because like I said, I like the show, but I'm not really a huge fan to where I was like, oh yeah, I want to do that character. Like, Night King's my favorite character. I mean, he's not. He's a cool character in the show. Took forever to finally see the guy. took forever just to see a White Walker period in the show. But just the details in his face. And then when I got to thinking about, okay, if I carved him, the face would be hard enough, but getting a paint job that matched enough and looked cool enough. Because they can say they use prosthetic special effects makeup on him all they want. I know there's times they've had to use CGI because it looks CGI. You can tell. Like I said, also there's been variations of his actual color. The very first time you see him, when he turns that baby into a White Walker, he is solid white. There's not much contrast whatsoever. He is solid flipping white. And then the next time you see him, he's got a really heavy black undertone. And then that scene where Bran, where he's dreamwalking whatever with the three-eyed raven, and the Night King touches him, he's actually got the paint job I like the most, which is the one we're going for, is that hint of frozen ice, that white color, with that little bit of blue on top and everything like that. And I think that's the one they've kind of kept with so far, which rightly so, because it's the best looking one. Alright, so he's wet now, so we're going to let him dry. While we do that, we'll go ahead and hit this with its little coat. Little pearlescent powders. Normally when I use pearlescent powders, I go light, and I recommend going light. But on this particular character, I go heavy, because like I said, when you put that varnish on, it just really makes it pop and give it that really cool sheen, frozen look like we're wanting to go for.
Roughly 60,000 first sales in heaven.
And hopefully y'all like this video. I've had some views, some modest views. I mean, the numbers are good to me. Any views are good for me, because I know wood carving isn't the most popular thing. I don't know if it's because I'm branching out and doing something completely different than most wood carvers. I'm doing movie characters and TV characters and such like that, and it's fans of those movies and shows and such that are watching it, the fellow wood carvers. But not getting much comments from you guys. I would like to get some feedback just so I can know what you all think. Anything you all would like me to do. I take recommendations, man. If you think it's a cool character to try out, by all means, let me know, and I'd love to try it. I've got a bunch that I'll be doing soon for what I call my Halloween Spooktacular. I know, silly name, but me and the girls came up with it last year when I first did it, where I did the Babadook, the two Sam from the Trick or Treat movie, and the Jigsaw puppet from the Saw movies. We also did a bunch of other stuff. We made the Zoetrope from the Conjuring 2, the Crooked Man Zoetrope. We made one of those, a working one of them, which in hindsight that would have been really cool to video and take pictures and show y'all I did that, because that's a cool little thing to do, and it doesn't cost much of anything. I mean, I think it maybe cost me $10 to make it, and it's really cool. But we can get into that later. Alright. See how you're doing. Alright, yeah, he's still a little tacky. Alright, so we're gonna hit him with some, we're gonna let him dry a little bit longer, hit him with some pearlescent powders, and go to our next step after there. And we'll be back, alright?